You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Basketball Wives LA After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Basketball Wives LA After Show.
Hey guys, Bingus for doing, and we are here doing another great after show on AFTERBUZZ TV. This is the after show for Basketball Wives LA episode 5 that we like to call Makeup and Breakups, because we've seen a lot of making up, but we also seen some breakups and some fighting, and we thought there wasn't going to be any, but this is Basketball Wives. That's something that we can expect. I'm your host, Fallon Mercedes. Next to me, we have the beautiful Lauren's Love.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lauren Turner, Lauren's Love.
And, of course, Rebecca Prince.
Hi, guys.
And we have a special guest in the house. You guys may know him as, well, my favorite show was City Guys growing up, and now he's on, what is it, TV Land?
Yeah, it's TV Land's TV show,
Yep.
Soul Man.
Soul Man,
Yeah.
which is
Cedric the Entertainer.
Starring Cedric,
Yes.
Such a
Cedric the
good
Entertainer
show.
and Niecy Nash, yeah.
such a good show. He's here with us tonight, and he's going to be commenting. And you're also a basketball fan, right?
Yeah, I'm a basketball fan, yep.
So we're going to hear some great commentating, I guess you could call it, from him. You guys, I know you've watched other episodes, but if you want, you can chat with us, tweet with us, you know, AFTERBUZZ TV, or you can just listen along. So the first topic we're going to talk about tonight is Gloria and Laura. They end the silence, which was finally nice, because we've seen in other episodes where, you know, they weren't really talking about why they weren't talking. And tonight they finally, you know, we've seen them before talk about playing basketball, so we finally seen them in action, and I guess that's how they break the silence in their family. And they sat down afterwards, and it was kind of like heartfelt. I kind of felt, you know, what they were talking about. Gloria, you know, really dived in and talked about some, you know, emotional stuff. What did you think about that?
Ooh, I was in tears, but I'm always in tears. Like, literally.
So dark.
Yeah,
I
was in tears because, I mean, no, I don't. I don't have a biological sister. I have a stepsister, and she's 16, but I still could relate. You know what I mean? Because I live in LA, she lives in Michigan. We drift apart. There comes times where what happened, you know? And so I could relate to them. I'm sure we all could in some kind of way. And I like that it wasn't them, like, fighting each other physically, but actually just sitting down and talking and figuring out what's going on and let's fix this. And I think that they did. I mean, they said they hadn't spoken in like 8 months or something.
A year, yeah.
It's crazy.
She said a year, and it's also surprising because she had said that, you know, her and Matt had broken up for 8 months, and the whole time Laura never reached out. But we also found out that she reveals that she had a miscarriage during that time, too, which is kind of a big bombshell.
Traumatizing.
You know, of course, you got to save those nuggets for filming Basketball Wives. Yeah, we found out a lot. And it's funny because it also seemed, you know, Gloria seemed a little resentful because it seems like Laura and apparently her mom were on Team Matt during the breakup, which also had a lot to do with why they weren't talking. But glad it all worked out.
You know, Lauren was saying, you know, when you move across the country or you move away from the family, you know, you need your support system. And I just found it interesting that Laura was like, you know, you got Hollywood on me, and, you know, that's why I didn't reach out. And then when she broke the news to her, like, listen, I've been broken up with my man for 8 months. You weren't there, and I went through a miscarriage without you. I think, like, I could see, like, Laura break down, like, wow, I really, you know, seen this situation so differently. I need to be there more as a sister. And they do come from a big family. I think it's like 8 of them all together. Is that right?
Yeah. They have a bunch of brothers, I think. And they're all tall.
Really, really tall. And I know, you know, we're going through this emotional scene as women. I feel like we can feel it. And Wesley over here is like, yeah, I like her backpack. That's exactly what he said. Yeah, she looks like a dude on the court. I wouldn't even think she was like that. Like, she was all dressed up before.
Yeah, she had a dope backpack. I like the little spike backpack.
So I thought.
But could you relate at all? I mean, considering you
Do you have any sisters or brothers?
I got 2 sisters, but we're not. We're all like 6-7 years apart. So I mean, you know, being close. I mean, when you have anytime the business, you got money, you got fame, you got all these things kind of tugging at you. It can take its toll on family as well, not just friends. So when I don't watch past shows or haven't watched past shows, but when she's saying that Gloria was kind of different and who is this person, I don't know what she was referring to in particular, but I was looking at it from just watching the first episode, saying well, what causes those things for you to think about? She wasn't really, for me, narrowing it down. What did she do or say?
Yeah, she wasn't specific.
Yeah, you got to be specific with me, and I think that they squashed it, but I would have. If I was Gloria, I'd have been like, well, what did I do that made you feel that way? So we can talk about that particular, because you got to be specific. What did I do? What did I say to make you think that I'm being Hollywood? And if you can't really figure it out, you got to do better in your argument. That's just not.
See, that's why I always lose arguments. People do that to me all the time, and I'm like, I don't know, I just don't like it.
Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, you gotta know what it is, because if you're just like, I don't know, it's just the energy you gave. That's not enough.
You gotta back up the facts.
Yeah, you do.
Now, you've been in the business for a while. How many years has it been?
Over 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And have you ever experienced this? Do you ever feel like people thought you've changed?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I had to fire on somebody the other day for that. Yeah, man. And I'm about as cool as they come out of all the people that we know in this business. I mean,
I can attest. Very cool.
I'm just I'm down to earth, man. And it's like I have a friend who tried to pull that, you changed. And really what's funny is that, no, I haven't changed. You've changed. And actually, I have changed. But it's not that I'm walking around thinking I'm better than somebody. You've experienced different things. You grow. Your confidence is through the roof. I mean, to step out in front of a crowd full of people is nothing. So talking to a person one-on-one is easy. So you got friends who are inadequate about what to say to you now that you're doing things. They're like, well, yeah, things are different. We're not in school anymore. We're not, but it doesn't mean that I don't love you and that, that we ain't cool. You know what I mean? But if we're at a party and I'm talking to everybody and I'm taking pictures and you're there at my table and you're enjoying yourself or whatever the case may be, why is it that I'm Hollywood because I'm doing my job? This is part of what I do. It comes with the territory. Yeah. You know what I mean? I can see if I didn't talk to you anymore and I wouldn't take your calls and you know what I mean? But I get that a lot from close friends, strangers, and they want to assume, that people are like that without even really paying attention.
Now, my question for you is, as someone who is, a working actor with an extensive resume, when you see someone who comes up kind of from a reality show, like what? Obviously, I mean, Kim Kardashian has done a very good job at parlaying that into something. But yeah, like, someone like Draya, who now is, she's demanding closed sets and this and that. Like, is it gonna come back and get them? I mean, what's the attitude towards that?
I know what you're asking. And here's the thing: I have some friends who are, reality stars or on reality shows and have done pretty well from that. I don't knock anybody's hustle. But I come from an actor who scripted television, the old school way of real TV in my mind. I think the perception of reality is now twisted because it's funny because these reality shows to me, they're reality, but they're not. They're situation scenarios. You put 5 people in a house, give them some liquor, and sure enough, they're going to fight.
I know you were saying that there was the last scene in this episode, you were like, wait, there's way too much estrogen in this room. And he was right because a fight just broke out.
Yeah, producers know what they're doing. And, as far as like Kim and everybody without naming names, do your thing, get it how you get it. But the minute you step on set with me and you're doing a scene with me and you think you flyer than me in my craft, that's when I got a problem with it. You're not an actor. You being you. So respect what I do. You know what I mean? Come over here, be polite, be humble, and learn the craft, and you have my respect. Otherwise, I respect you as a money-making machine, but other than that, you ain't no actor. That's just me. Let's keep that real.
So that being said, would you do a reality show if you were given your own?
No.
I'm sure you've been offered something.
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I just wouldn't. I mean, No, I have no desire to. I don't even watch. To be honest with you guys, like I said, I watch the reality shows that I watch. The first 48. I watch Snapped, Oxygen, I watch those reality shows. I don't really watch these shows anymore, man. After I think I watched Flavor of Love when it came out. After all that stuff died, I was like, okay, I'm cool, you know what I mean? I'm over the whole reality thing.
But it's so nice to have you on to have that fresh perspective, you don't necessarily, I guess, feed into it like majority of us, we do. We love it, but it's nice to have somebody who's been in the business so long who hasn't fed into it.
Nah, I can't. I mean, it's cool. I see why people are drawn to it. I see it, but it's just like for myself, it doesn't, from my own personal individual demographic, it doesn't work for me.
It's so hard to not be drawn to people like Jackie, Christy, like as much as I want to say no, but it is a guilty pleasure.
No, totally.
That's exactly what it is.
I mean, Jackie is insane in the best way possible, and we all love watching it because of that.
I mean, there's so many reality shows now. It's not even Basketball Wives, where the whole basis it's people behaving badly, and you like it, and it's funny because it's not you, but you've been there at some point, or you've been in one of those situations at some point. But I don't know. These chicks are crazy. Speaking of crazy Jackie, we should probably talk about this gay wedding extravaganza that she's planning.
But right before we do, let's just tell our fans out there, you guys who are listening, rate, subscribe, and please tell a friend. Tell us, what you think about what's going on the show right now. Do you think it was wrong of Laura to call out Gloria and say she's not real, that she turned Hollywood, or was Gloria right for saying, you know what, you weren't there for me when I needed you as a friend, as a sister, as a co-star, co-cast member. She wasn't even there for her. So we'd love to hear you guys. And they also, tweet at us, AFTERBUZZ TV, and we'll tweet at you back. Yes. So let's get to this wedding, this gay, I think all of us in the room were so confused. And, Lauren made a good point. She was just like, after 17 weddings, you kind of run out of themes.
You run out of ideas. It's like, oh, what haven't we done? Well, we haven't done a gay pride theme, and we're in LA, so why not?
And I see a smirk on your face over there, Wesley. What are you thinking?
I just couldn't imagine. I mean, if it was my wife, I think that would be like, anything, but not that. I don't understand it. I mean, we can revisit some themes. Let's revisit some themes. Let's think about what we did before that I had a lot of fun, and let's do it with a little twist. I mean, I don't know. I just kind of like, I guess Doug Christie's like 17 years, do what you want.
Right. It's so weird, but I mean, I said the same thing. I said most men, regardless, not because there's anything wrong with the gay community or anything like that, but most men just wouldn't be like, oh yes, I want to have a gay themed birthday party or a gay themed wedding. It's just one of those things where you kind of scratch your head and you're like, how did you come to this conclusion?
Not
like
me.
Out of all the themes and all the world, I mean,
I think he's just used to Jackie kind of being controlling, and he's just kind of probably just been in the back seat for the last 10 years.
Can we talk about them going to the venue and previewing the dancers? I mean, he was way into that shit.
I was just about to say that. I was just like, did you see his eyes? Like, I'm sorry, if I was with my man and we see two dancers, one in Speedos, that's a man, and you're looking at him and enjoying it, I'd be like,
no,
what?
It was a girl there.
It was
it looked like it was two dudes dancing.
Doug, I got you, dog. It was a girl. Now, if it was two dudes in a Speedo.
Right. Can I say this? Yeah. Can I say this? Jackie did make a comment saying that the girl looked amazing and gave her the side eye. So we did see something there.
Well, because Jackie has spent her entire life, I mean, besides the last 2 years when she's been on Basketball Wives, Jackie is notoriously known for following Doug around while he played in the league. I mean, she went to every away game. They never spent a day apart. Like, she made sure that his life was like locked down from groupies.
That's why
like,
it worked.
Yeah, she really went out of her way. I mean, that's why she has such a crazy, before even coming on Basketball Wives, had this like crazy reputation, because everyone in the league knew Jackie as like the crazy girl that is not letting her man out of her sight. It's worked apparently 17 years.
That's what I was about to say. I think she's the only, well, I can't say only one, but she's yeah, now Gloria's married on the show, but she was one of the ones that for a long time was holding it down as a real basketball wife. Now I know, Lauren, you know what's coming up with the fall lineup for AfterBuzz TV, is that correct?
Well, I mean, I know that it is the fall season. It's in full effect right now, guys. So we're gonna have like 55 shows by mid-October. So that's a big deal. Right now we have about 40-something. We're going to have 55 shows.
So basically any show that you like that is on TV right now that is part of the fall lineup, AfterBuzz probably has an after show for it that we'll be talking about. And even I know your show is premiering tomorrow on BET.
On BET.
Congratulations on that.
Congratulations.
Yay.
So not only is it on TV Land every Wednesday at 10 o'clock, it's going to also be on BET every Tuesday at 10:30.
Nice. We need to get an AfterBuzz show for you, and you can host it.
There you go.
That'd be awesome.
So make sure you guys check out AfterBuzz TV. You know, download the iTunes, podcast, YouTube, all that stuff. It'll be great.
And shout out to Watchtower Base, who is, I call him Watchtower Base. That's his Twitter. But he makes these promos for all of the AfterBuzz shows, and he just does it because he wants to, and he's a fan, and that's what it's all about here is super fans. And I mean, he's a fan of not only shows but of us at AfterBuzz TV. And so, thank you so much. I just wanted to give him a quick shout out. Thank you for making all those awesome promos for us.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now back to the show. The next scene that we seen in this episode was Draya going to a psychic, and I don't really understand why she felt the need, but you know, some people they do like to go see psychics. I heard a lot of laughter while we were watching it coming from Wesley.
Yeah.
Well, her mom, I remember her mom was the real draw of going there. She even said herself that it's not really her thing, but her mom she was just trying to be open-minded because her mom kind of put her up to it. But you talking about my laughter?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, to each his own. But the psychic thing, listen, I'm with Draya. You ain't dragging me up in there. I'm cool.
But then she broke down in tears, and I'm like, you were feeling it.
Then she fell for the hokey though. Because listen. Here's my thing. The lady, you know, she kind of just gave to me basic general information. I could have told Draya that she's a girl that tells it how it is, and I could have told you that. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Anyone who watched season 1 could have told you that.
Yeah. She's actually a fan. That's how she knew everything that's going on.
That's how she know who you are. So I mean, I don't know. That's why I was laughing because I was like,
Listen, I'm a believer in psychic stuff, but you never know. I mean, it's got to be the right place. I also thought it was weird that her mom was bringing her to a psychic, considering her mom doesn't live out here. And they, you know, prior in the episode had a whole conversation about bringing her mom out here and getting her comfortable and familiar so she can move out here. And then all of a sudden she's like,
it's like the psychic I go to
dropping
every
her
day.
these little spots. It's like, wait, do you live out here? Do you not? Who set this up?
I just find it interesting how, like, when Draya opens up to us on the show, she doesn't really reveal, I don't know, for me, the stuff I want to hear. She doesn't talk about her stripping past, and she never talks about her son, which, I'm sorry, if you have a child.
She talked about him in this episode.
But not
yeah.
See, you didn't even know. I feel like she talked about having, like, to be strong at 12 years old because her father walked out on her, and the rest of the family.
But then we see her father in this episode. It is, I get it. It is a bit confusing.
So if I was in that situation, my father walked out and I had to be strong, I'd be like, yeah, and at 16 or however old she was, I had a son myself and I had to be even stronger. But like, she always seems to leave that out. And it's just like, if this is who you guys really are and you're opening up about your family, I feel like, why don't you talk about the kids? Gloria talks about her kids. She talks about her miscarriage. It's just like, it's weird how they pick and choose what they want us to know.
Well, I think too with Draya, I mean, you know, even when we saw her talking with her parents, her mom basically raises her son. So, you know, I don't know. That's always
maybe
like,
she's ashamed.
It's a fine line, you know, like, I don't know how people handle that, or if you do want to talk about that, because people are going to judge you then for like going off and doing your thing and letting your mom raise your son. But I don't know. It's like a fine line. But it's like that elephant in the room.
Exactly.
Elephant in the room. You know, you want to talk about it because you know it exists, but if she's not going to acknowledge it. All we know about Draya this season is that she is the head bitch.
Yeah.
Oh yes, she
That's what I
is.
mean.
She was letting Jackie know, like, I'm the head one, and you're too old to be running with a crew young as us. It was
that was awesome.
it was a mess. So Jackie and the rest of the girls gathered together for the last scene, and Jackie was handing out wedding invitations. And I was really surprised at Jackie that she handed Draya an invitation. I thought for sure she was going to leave that one out, but Draya just accepted it and kind of rolled her eyes. And then Jackie had told,
but then she revoked her invitation real quick when she said she wasn't going to go to lunch or dinner with Jackie again.
Yeah, she's like,
she was too much of the craziness.
She had taken that back, and before they had gotten to their little, fight at the end, Jackie did tell Laura that she wanted her as her
maid of honor.
Maid of honor. What did you think of that?
I mean, Jackie, and for our listeners, Jackie is supposed to be coming in the studio next week to talk to us about the show.
I can't wait
because
we have so many questions.
Yeah, there's honestly a part of me that is like, I really don't know where Jackie's mind ever is, because like there are things that don't connect. Like, she thinks these people are her friends, but nobody is really her friend, and they're upfront about it. I mean, they're like, you have to work your way back in, but then Jackie's like, girl, you're gonna be my maid of honor, you and my daughter. And it's like, wait, have you not been like involved in the last 5 conversations that they've been having with you? Because they don't like you, but you want them to be your maid of honor.
And even Laura was just like, I don't know why she picked me.
She was like, can I be excused? That was so funny.
And even Gloria was like, you still hang out with Jackie? It's like you're doing charity work. It's like, you're helping at the homeless center. It was just totally like throwing her under the bus, which was awkward. So we'll have to wait and see if she'll be the maid of honor at this gay celebration wedding.
Sure. I mean, I bet it's going to be fun regardless.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be fun. I just can't even imagine how like they're going to do it. Like, it's obviously not going to be like a wedding, right? It's just going to be more of like a reception party. Because how do you, I mean, and in, in a state like California where gay marriage isn't legal right now, it's almost kind of weird too that you're celebrating getting married for the 17th time when people, out here still can't really do it. So I get what she's trying to do. It just, like I said, the lines don't connect. The dots don't connect for me.
I wonder, in the relationship that she has with her husband, is he the one that connects all the dots or the lines or whatever? Like, because I just don't get it.
Does he manage the crazy?
Yeah, because I know, we've seen them while they were looking at cakes and stuff. He was telling her, friends, real friends, you go through the good and the bad together, and that's how you, differentiate who your real friends are from your fake friends.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like, oh, okay, Doug, we see you, like,
I mean, I feel like it takes a certain type of person to deal with a certain type of person.
Yep,
so,
exactly.
I mean, he's probably quite sane. Just like I say about her daughter.
Love crazy, though.
Well,
for the most part.
Well, especially, I don't know. I'm not a man.
Okay, let's hold on. Let's ask Mr. Wesley.
He's like, hold up.
I'm thinking maybe.
He's like, we kind of do, but
It's a fine line.
I'm thinking maybe Doug, does enjoy that crazy because he has a different lifestyle from the regular man. He was in the NBA, he was a celebrity, he has all these women throwing themselves at him most likely. So you being in the industry for so many years, you
have women throwing themselves
all over the place.
I would.
Especially after roll bounce. You had all the ladies.
City guys is what it was.
Roll bounce wasn't for me. I'm sorry, that wasn't for me. But being in this industry, and especially after so long, and I guess having some celebrity and fame, are you attracted to the normal still, or does it take a girl that's kind of crazy to catch your attention?
No, let's be real. Does it take a Jackie crazy, or is that just too much? Because I need to know this.
Well, now, in Jackie's defense, again, and when you say it that way, I can't say that because I've never.
You probably haven't seen Jackie crazy. He doesn't know the extent of Jackie crazy yet.
I just know. I know Jackie just from via Twitter and saying hello and seeing her through parties and out the streets. I've never seen her in action like what you guys have seen.
Yeah.
But in the whole you know, listen, everybody's crazy, but does my crazy match with your crazy? Similar to what you said. Even when people say, I'm crazy, but does my crazy go with hers? You know what I mean? Do we gel right with our craziness? And my thing is, in what way? I don't like an overly possessive woman. I don't like an overly needy woman. I don't like a woman that's always, every time I leave the house, where you going? What you doing? You know, I don't, you know, it's just, it depends on what kind of crazy. Crazy as far as maybe personality, silly humor, not afraid to make ugly faces. Yeah, fun. You know,
that's cute.
You see what I'm saying? You don't have to always be glammed up. You know, you're not afraid to, you know, make, you know, silly faces and be just normal. Then absolutely, yeah. So if that's crazy, then absolutely. But, you know, it just really depends. You know, it's a fine line. Some guys do like, you know, that constant fighting all the time. I don't. You know what I'm saying?
That's too
I want
much,
some peace of mind. That's what I want. Peace.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, speaking of peace of mind, you have so much going on right now. Do you have a peace of mind because you have the TV Land thing, you're doing your radio hosting thing with the Stacey Harris show?
I'm doing a radio show.
Tell us about that.
It's called the Stacey Harris Show. A friend of mine, Stacey, I've known for some time now, came to me and asked me to be a co-host with her. You know, we do it at LA Talk Live. We've, like, right now on our 4th episode, Mekhi Phifer just came through. We got Niecy Nash from my show coming through next Sunday. So, you know, we're trying to get it going and trying to do our thing, and I've always wanted to do radio, so I thought it was a great opportunity. Between juggling the Soul Man and right now waiting for the green light of TV Land to give us our 2nd season. Keep our, you know, prayers fingers crossed, right? You know, and then my film that I associate produce, Dysfunctional Friends, along with Draya.
Which, if you guys haven't seen, it's going to be debuting the 27th?
The 27th of October on BET. So it's a lot of Wesley Jonathan and BET going on for some odd reason.
We, both Lauren and I actually covered that event for the premiere and the screening for your movie, and it was so good. I had no idea that you had produced it. And it was, honestly, you guys, tune into BET. It's such a good movie. T.O.'s in it. It's his first acting debut. We have Christian Keys, Stacey Dash, Megan Good, everybody.
Like everyone you can possibly imagine in Black Hollywood is in it. Like, it's amazing.
Hosea
Sanchez
from The Game, Jason Weaver, just everybody. It's a really good project about friendship, dysfunctional friendship amongst, like, basketball wives. But yeah, and it's a really great film. So you guys, you know, make sure you support. And yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on. I got a 3D dance movie coming out next year.
You dance? I thought you just skated. You dance?
That's for real. The dancing is for real. The skates I learned, but I mean, I've been dancing since longer than acting.
I was telling Lauren this. I was like, after watching Roll Bound so many times, can you take us skating? I really want to go roller. I grew up roller skating, and like I would love.
I can take you skating.
Can you teach me some tricks?
It's been years. I can teach you some things, but you probably can skate better than me. Can you dance on skates?
She's
or
really
you just
good.
roll?
I'm starting to get a rhythm.
I'm starting to
get a groove.
I can teach you some things then.
Okay, so that's a promise? Maybe we could bring the AFTERBUZZ cameras and we could all get a roll bounce too.
Go to Venice Beach.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, we can go to Venice Beach. They got skates. I can't do the
crazy legs.
Yeah, I can't.
That's what I'm gonna teach you though.
Okay.
I teach you how to do it.
That would be good.
That sounds like a fun date. I mean, I'm not trying to like I don't even know if you're saying that. But doesn't that sound like a fun date to do? Like something like that. Go skating.
Skating is hard work, man.
It is.
For anybody, all the girls out there that want to work out and really get in shape, go skate and watch it.
That makes sense. I'm actually I'm also a personal trainer, and I have a new celebrity fitness segment, so that would work perfectly. That could be, you know, our workout of the day.
It's a workout.
Yeah. Speaking of dates, are you single? Can we talk about? I'm sorry. I mean, you're really attractive. You're cute. I know the girls want to know that.
Yes, I'm very single. Yeah.
You're single. Your last relationship, well, that was in the public eye. I mean, obviously, it was a beautiful relationship from the outside in. Yeah. But now Denise has her Oxygen show, and you guys are, I mean, still friends, right?
That's my homie, man. That's my friend. I love her to this day, and for life. That's gonna be anything she ever needs. That's within my reach. She's got it. That's my people's, man. You can say what you want to say, all the stuff that people. You're in relationships. You try to make it work. You try to do things. People make mistakes. It doesn't work. But me and her, I talked to her today. She's cool, and I've been watching the the show.
She was here. She was in here the other day.
She told me. I told her that I was doing this, and she said, I just went and did that show. But I've worked with Eva before. I did a film called Crossover with her. So we all know each other in this business, and I know your friend. So we're all really close, and Denise, I'm proud of her with the show, and it is what it is. It's reality, and like I said, I have friends in reality shows, and we talked about it, the ups and downs of it, and I said, just make it, get what you can out of it, and make the most of what it is.
But you know, and sometimes a reality show, you know, it is a good stepping off point for something
some
more.
people.
You know, half of these chicks that are doing what they're doing, it wouldn't have happened without VH1. It wouldn't have happened without Basketball Wives. So you know, you gotta respect what they can turn things into. I mean, like I said, hello, Kim Kardashian.
Exactly.
Well,
now, being that you were in a relationship with her, you know who she really is, and you say that you watch the show.
Yes, I do.
You know, watching the show, do you see them portraying her as a different person, or is that who she really is?
I feel it's exaggerated. I feel it's not her as far as what they're really. As far as her needing help and needing a psychiatrist and all this other stuff that they were doing, I scoffed at that and was like, please, are you kidding me? But if anything, to me, she's the draw of the show. I mean, outside of the window looking in.
She's very dramatic on the show.
If you take her out of the show, I'm sorry, it would be very boring.
It would be boring.
Straight up real. And I told her that. I said, listen, we know that a lot of stuff that's going on is exaggerated with you, and just, you know. But I said, think about it. I said, if you really pick it out from Eva to you know, Nikki, and I love Nikki as well, is extremely talented. But if you look at all the characters in there, it's like really the draw is dry, and people are looking to see what. You know, Wild Denise is gonna do, or what, you know, drama she's going to, you know, play on there.
Yeah, I think it's funny.
So you got, and that's so you play it.
I got hooked on that show too recently. I got mad.
We like had a marathon. We had a marathon. It was just like we're obsessed.
The finale is tonight, right?
Yeah, it's tonight, and there will be an AfterBuzz TV show tonight following Girlfriend Confidential LA. So make sure you guys stick around for that too.
Yeah.
So watching that show with Lauren, I feel like I love my Basketball Wives. Don't take that away from me. But LA Confidential, I feel like that's the first reality show on TV that I feel like I could really relate to. You know, there's these women in LA, you know, going after their goals, their aspirations, their dreams, and I feel like it's probably the realest out there right now.
For sure. And Denise tells the absolute truth. I mean, to me, a lot of stuff that she said was not far fetched. I mean, at the end of the day, when people are like, "Oh, she's jealous of Eva's career," and it's like, well, no, I'm calling it how I see it. If Eva won the America's Next Top Model, then a lot of times she's offered roles, which means it cuts out casting, which means she has the upper hand because she won.
Hello, reality show platform. Once again, you know.
So when somebody says that, so you're just jealous. No, I'm telling the damn truth. What are you talking about? So and even for me, like, there are some actors that are on different levels that they already have offers out too. So then I lose out. You know what I mean? So it's just how the business is. Yeah. So it's not about jealousy and this and this and that. Her career is her career, and Denise's career is her career. You know what I mean? So I don't think people are like, oh, you're just jealous of her. They're both beautiful. They're both, you know, talented. They do their thing. So it's like, you know, girls are in competition, but it's like, yo, you doing your thing, I'm doing my thing. It's whatever. But it is what it is. You're Eva, you know, Eva Pickford. That's how I know her. Yeah. But you know, and you are Eva. You won the America's Next Top Model, so you're going to have an edge amongst other females who are trying to get their foot in the door. That's just. Period.
Because you have that buzz coming off that show. I mean, it's the same thing, you know, with Draya. Last year, would she have been scoffing at a cover because she has two other covers? She don't need another cover. You know, like that's the head chick. You get your buzz from this stuff, and everybody, even on these shows in this industry in general, everybody's competing against one another. Yeah. So it's like, everyone's gonna see something different in a different person. You know, it's not, you can't be worried about everybody else. You have to just kind of be, you know, focused on yourself. And once you start worrying about what other people are doing, that's when it starts distracting, you know, from what you should be doing.
Right.
So
it seems like you really, well, from us, it seems like you really haven't had that distraction. You've been focused. You've been in this business for so long. You've done producing, hosting, acting. Yeah. What else can we expect with your career? What's the future of your career going to be like?
I really want to start directing. Like, everybody always tells me to write. I mean, writing is, for me, is difficult. Like, I'm a concept writer. Like, if you guys were to be on your laptops and have me take some wine and I'm in a room pacing about a particular subject, then yeah, type away. Yeah. But for me to actually sit down and write or type, I get blocked. So, but I really want to direct, you know what I mean, actually direct. And that's probably something that people should look forward to.
What genre of film? Just anything?
I love drama. I love dark. As much as I love dark, I mean, I guess people think
like, what kind of dark?
Like,
give us an example.
Morbid dark.
Because I see you as a happy, you know,
most people do, but that's the thing. It's like, people think I'm a comedian.
Yeah,
I'm a comedic actor. I'm not a comedian. I don't do stand up. You know, although people tell me I have, you know, I should. But I mean, dark as far as just pain, drama, tears, anger, sadness. Not necessarily morbid. I'm a fan of horror films.
Yeah. Although he does like Snaps.
Yeah, and the first 48.
But see, those,
He like crazy.
but those,
He's like, at least I know how I'm gonna go out. I've been watching these.
right, yeah. So you learn things from them. So.
Right?
But yeah, no, I mean, but even I love comedy. Don't get me wrong. I think comedy is the hardest thing in the world to do, and if you can do comedy, then you can do anything. But I think the fact that I've had shows like City Guys, What I Like About You, and The Soul Man, and when you see the numbers of episodes of comedy, people associate you with that.
Yeah.
But people don't know I've done CSI Miami, Cold Case, NYPD Blue, Boston Public, Baywatch, and these are our dramatic shows. So people, I've done 1 or 2 episodes, so you don't see as many. But when you look at City Guys, 104 episodes, all comedy. You
Okay,
know?
now you brought it up. Since
no.
you brought up What I Like About You,
yeah.
I have to, as an entertainment reporter, I have to ask. Amanda Bynes has been in, the press a lot lately.
Yeah.
Kind of, having a Lindsay moment.
Little breakdown.
Yeah.
Let me just say this.
Talk to her.
I haven't talked to, honestly, I have not talked to Amanda in years. And up until all this stuff is going on, Amanda has been a very stand-up. She's a sweetheart, very humble, very cool. Here's what I want to just kind of defend her a little bit. Back when Hillary Duff and Lindsay and all those her comparisons,
peers,
her peers were going through their things or whatever, just being young. You're young, you got a lot of money, you're famous, and even women, even with all that, you still have insecurities, you got issues. You know what I mean? So just now, hers are starting to kind of come out. Now, she's been squeaky clean up until recently, you know what I mean, with all this madness going on. I don't know in depth of what's going on with her, so I can't talk about it because I haven't talked to her. However, I look at it like this. I think in the long run, she'll be okay. She'll be all right. I don't know, like I said, her mom and her father, from what I've met on the set, they were always cool, whatever the case may be. But whatever she's going through, I hope that it kind of, here's the thing about her being, Amanda being white, and this is the truth. I hate to do the race car thing. She'll be forgiven. Look at
She
Lindsay.
will.
I mean, Lindsay Lohan, for instance, they keep trying to give her jobs in movies. If Lindsay was a sister, she'd be done. They'd be in the rock somewhere. It wouldn't even happen. It's just sad, but it's the truth. It's the truth. So Amanda will be all right. Amanda's got to go through what she's got to go through. It's just unfortunate that it's the way it's done and that she's famous. It's just sad. You know what I mean? But I love her to death. I had a great time working with her. I've known her since she was like 11, even before What I Like About You. And
all that.
Yeah, all that, exactly.
Go way back.
Yeah, so she, much power to her. I got her in my prayers, man, and I think about her all the time when everybody, because I get that question a lot.
Yeah.
And again, people are old to act out, man. She's been, like I said, she's been kind of just the straight and narrow the whole time, and finally she's kind of having that
and of
little
course they're feeding off of that.
Yes, the nervous breakdown. They love it. You know what I mean?
It's crazy because we see these girls on Basketball Wives and other reality shows where they've only been in the light for a year and you already see breakdowns. You see them spazzing out.
And then you understand, that's because also Amanda, like myself, has been in the business over 20 years.
Yeah.
So you kind of groom slowly but surely with that.
Instead of being
fast. That fast hit, people fall a lot faster because they're not used to it or whatever. So when you blow up quick, you're liable to kind of crumble quick. Yeah.
Now, quickly, we don't have a lot of time left, but I just, Wesley, want to know, I mean, you have your hand in everything right now, but what at the end of the day do you want to leave as your legacy? Like when people look back at you, what do you want them to say about you?
At the end of the day, I just want to leave good work. I want to affect people. I want people to look at me and go, I hated you in that character. I loved you in that character. You made me laugh in that character. You were sexy in that character. You were cute in that character. You were all different colors. You know what I mean? Everything I want people to feel when they watch me. And as far as like a long list of work that I've already done, continue that long list. So when I'm gone, people can look back like, gosh, he was everywhere. He did a lot. I mean, how come, it's about the work to me now. Before, when I was younger, I wanted to be the biggest, the baddest, the best. And I still do as far as the best. But the work is probably more important than what I've now gotten a taste of, the fame and the little notoriety that I do have, I should say, because fame and being recognized are two completely different things. It's tough, man. It's a monster that your average people don't think it's funny when you guys, people have feelings, man. I don't care how much money they have, it can really take a toll on your soul. So I mean, when people go fortune or or fame? Oh man, money all day. You can keep the fame. It's overrated. I don't want it. I want to eat. I want to be able to feed my kids I don't have, and I want their kids to eat. You know what I mean? So, so at the end of the day, I want to leave back a long line of great work, even bad work. You know, you're gonna do some things that are like, oh my God, why did I do that? You know, I got a whole bunch of those.
Now, is there a role? Is there like one role? You know, Fallon's been talking about role bounce and City Guys. Like, is there one role that people most recognize you from that either when they bring it up, driving you crazy?
These guys and these guys are
it stays in your mind. It stays in your head. It's so weird. That's a really great question. It's so hard to say because again, I've done shows that are the demographics are white kids. Like What I Like About You is really predominantly white crowd, you know, white girls and teenagers. Yeah, exactly. So they know that, but they don't know roll bounce. They don't even know what sweetness is. They're like, what is that? They know Gary from What I Like About You. Telling our ages. City Guys, you know, the Saved by the Bell crew and things that we grew up, we know that, and they don't know what that is. They're like, what is City Guys? You know what I mean? But a lot of people still remember, you know, City Guys and hit me up on the internet about that. And then you got my brothers and sisters that know roll bounce, that, you know, kids 5 years old, they just sweetness, and they don't know anything about What I Like About You. They don't know anything about those shows. So just it's really different. It's really weird. You know what I mean? How so I would say I would get mostly right now, and it depends on what airs too. Like I would get sweetness. I would get roll bounce a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Is there one character that you played that you wish you could just sweep under the rug and nobody could have seen?
I'm trying to think. Oh my God.
He's like,
I'm proud of my body.
All my
You know what
are great.
You know what it is? It's not that. It's not. Yeah, it is. It's not me. It wouldn't be me or the characters that I played. It would be the project as a whole.
Okay.
How about that? There are tons of movies that I wish I would have passed on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need that one. You know what I mean? But people like, there's some films that I feel that are horrible that I was a part of that people actually like. I go, and I ask them on the street, you liked it? Why?
Really?
And they're looking at me like, why? You didn't? I'm like, that's not why do you like it? So there are movies, there are projects, and I don't want to name them, but I mean, I can because I don't care, because the directors and writers know I didn't like it when I did it. Once I was in it. But there are projects that I just really didn't care for that I thought that could have been absolutely great that I expected on paper. See, that's another thing too, making choices. On paper, things look different than what they are when you get it on its feet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So a lot of times when people go, why did you do, well, you know, people choose, why did you do that? Well, on paper, it read great. You know, it was a great story, but when we got it on its feet, it didn't turn out that way. So, you know.
Now, with that said, I have to ask, bringing it back to Basketball Wives a little bit, because we're seeing Gloria kind of embark on this acting career, and she's going to be playing this superhero in a web series that they're developing.
She's going to be playing a what?
Yeah, so they're developing this comic book where she's like this, what is she? She's a ballerina by day, assassin by night. So it's a comic book, and then it's going to be a web series, and if the web series does well, it's going to be a movie. So, what do you think the likelihood of that being a huge project is?
I've never seen her act, so I don't know what her skills are in that, but I mean, she's got a body for a ballerina and you know, assassin. I can see her.
She's got a body for it.
Yeah, she looks great. I mean, but I don't know. That's another. I mean, that's all cool, but can you back it up? You know what I mean? But
like, as a new actress who's like breaking into the business, do you get her, like, you know, she's going away for 12 days to train for this, and do you get the
12 whole days,
the urgency behind, you know, like, I don't know, I feel
am I wanting to see that? Is that what you're saying?
Not, I don't know if I'm not articulating it well. Like, she's trying to break into this business, and you're saying like projects look better on paper. So do you think she's looking at this as an opportunity of like, wow, this is a great project, or wow, this is just what I need right now to kind of get my foot in the door and make my little acting mark?
Really hard to say. I'm gonna use this for an example. Vanessa Simmons.
She was in Dysfunctional Friends, who did a great job. We loved her.
I called her and asked her to be a part of that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Vanessa is somebody who, to me, I respect because she's in workshops. She's in acting classes. She wants to be good. She doesn't want to be using the whole Simmons, legacy to propel her. She actually wants. That's why she's doing small films Dysfunctional Friends, and me and her did another film called Speed Dating that was, it's on Netflix now. But she's choosing to do role, like let me do this little part here and see what I do, and if I can carry and grow from that. So I respect that. I don't know, because I don't know anything about the comic project, and what she sees about it. Because sometimes people bite off more than they can chew. Yeah. It's like, you probably don't want to be the lead in something and you can't carry it. But if your ego, wants to say, "Oh yes, I can do it," then you kind of kill yourself with something too much.
Yeah.
So I don't know. She might look at it like it's a nice stepping stone, and maybe it can be something great. I can get my feet wet in, or is it something like, I can nail this and I'm gonna blow up from it, and people are gonna see me in this light. So I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, because I didn't read. I don't know what the project is.
We thank you so much for giving us your expertise, your thoughts, your comments, and telling us everything that you got going on. We're gonna go to news and predictions.
AFTERBUZZ TV News.
All right, so there's not a ton of, news this week. The ratings, Basketball Wives debuted with huge numbers the first week, and it's basically been going down every week since then. So hopefully this fight with Jackie and Draya will keep people interested and keep people watching, because right now they need the help. Excuse me. Matt Barnes, who we won't be seeing appear on the show this week. Last week I told you that they eloped in Vegas, and he got out of some trouble with a ticket he did, but he also got arrested recently, and he dropped a homophobic slur on the cop. So wasn't a good look. He was forced to apologize, but at least he's keeping his name out there. Besides basketball and besides on Basketball Wives, people are still talking about Matt. So, and Draya, she also has a new spread for Show magazine, and in it, one of my favorite quotes is, she said, "I am the lead role on a hit reality show." And I didn't know they had leading roles on a reality show, because I thought everybody was the same.
Exactly. Ego getting to her too quick.
Leading role. You're playing you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Say just no. I'm the draw to Basketball Wives. That's the proper.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to cut in.
No, I agree. And then lastly, Laura, it was her birthday, and she celebrated in Hollywood this weekend at Rolling Stone. She had herself a nice little birthday party, and she was looking wonderful and showing off that hot new body of hers.
Oh, so speaking of her body, she tweeted today.
I saw that.
Did you see that? What do you have?
Well, because a lot of people have been, saying that she had plastic surgery, face, body, all that. And she said the only thing that she's been doing is dieting and exercise. Hard work. She said she's been busting her ass for that body. So all the haters can go hate.
Actually, you've been going back and forth with her PR for my celebrity fitness segment, so we'll be doing one with her, and she'll be showing us what she's been doing to lose the weight.
Very cool.
So you guys stay tuned for that. We'll just jump into our predictions.
Yeah.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
All right, I will start off. I'll predict that Draya will not be at the wedding. She will be going to the wax salon. What did she do last time that Jackie had something going on?
Last time she went.
She's getting a Brazilian wax or something. I don't know. So
I actually have a prediction today, which I usually don't do predictions, but I have a feeling that the ish is going to hit the fan at the wedding, and it's going to have something to do with Laura. And I think she's going to do something. I don't know what, but it's going to do something to ruin her wedding.
She's a psychic. She just feels it. She feels it.
She said,
giving her best psychic reading.
Yeah, so that's what I feel. That's what I feel.
Predictions, obviously, Jackie's going to try and take a swing at Draya. I don't know how it's going to end, but I do know in the end, they're going to be fine. Everyone's going to kiss and make up. I mean, they've been tweeting each other all week. Draya hosted a party in Hollywood this weekend, and Jackie encouraged everybody to go out and support. So it's all fine. It's all for the camera.
It's all for the camera. It's all for us.
And you guys out there, go and support Wesley. We have your show, Soul Man, on TV Land. What nights is it?
Let's see. I predict you guys will be watching the Soul Man tomorrow on BET at 10:30 and Wednesday on TV Land at 10 o'clock. I'll predict that you will be watching the debut of Dysfunctional Friends October 27th at 10 p.m. I believe. Yeah, 10 p.m.
And what's your Twitter? Where can they find you?
At Wesley Jonathan, at WesleyJonathan.
And my Twitter is Miss Mercedes, MISMERCEDES.
And you can find me at Lauren's Love on Twitter and Instagram.
And you can find me at Rebecca Prince TV or check out the Holly Hoops blog. In the meantime,
thank you so much, Wesley, for coming in and for you guys joining us. Make sure you stay tuned for the next episode next Monday of Basketball Wives LA AfterBuzz. We'll see you later, you guys.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.